AWS has released a new Agentic AI IDE called Kiro. Using Kiro, we can convert our ideas from a concept phase to production. Hi, my name is Santosh. In this video, I'm gonna explore the Kiros and also compare the Kiro against the most famous IDE in this segment called Cursor, and also talk about the issues which I have faced with the Kiro. You can go to the Kiros.dev and download the Kiros from the official site. When you open the Kiros, it looks something like this. Kiro is actually built on top of the open source version of Visual Studio Code. So it feels very familiar if you are already using VS Code. AWS has added the Agentic and Spec-Driven AI features on top of the Visual Studio Code. Let's see the key features of the Kiros. To see it, you need to click on this ghost head and open the project. After opening the project, you will see the same Kiro tab is showing up a different options here, like a spec, agent hooks, agent steering, and MCP server. These are all the different features given by the Kiro. We will see about the each feature in detail. First, we will try to understand the agent steering feature. This is very interesting feature which I liked much. When you go and open any of the existing application and you want to understand on high level, and also this particular feature will help a lot. So before going into detail, this is a project which I have created to demo about the OpenAI assistants API and different options of the OpenAI. So where I have built the chatbot. So when I open the same application and go to the Kiros and click on generate steering documents, it will go and try to understand what is the purpose of this project, what are the functionality, all those things it will try to understand, and it will generate the documents. Let's wait for it to generate the documents. It will just take a minute or so. Then we will look into the documents which it has created. Document creation is completed now. We can see it has created three files: product.md, tech.md, and structure.md, which is explaining about the product, the technology behind inside this product, and the structure of this particular project. To open these files, we can directly go to this project main folder, and we can see there is a .cairo. Under that, we have steering folder. These are the three files which we are talking about. First, we'll see product.md, and it is trying to explain about what is this product. It has clearly able to give that what this product is created for. It is clearly saying it's a chat completion API and assistance API. uh, it is like created for demonstration. So it is able to understand that it was created for demonstration, not for the real application use. And it is also showing all the use cases which it has and the key features. If you go to the structure.md, it is able to show the complete structure of the files, and it is able to show like a different files and what is there inside each file. And when we go to the tech.md, it is able to explain you that how this backend you need to get started with, how to get started with the front end, and different things about the like technical stack about the front end and the back end folders what we have in our project. The main reason I like this particular feature more is because of this product.md file. Any kind of project you can just open in the Kiro and generate these documents and try to see product overview, key features, and use cases to just understand about this project. You don't need to dig deeper. And the structure.md and tech.md are also useful files, but it has some alternatives. Like you can, if you want to see the structure, you can see the explorer, but architecture pattern is still helpful to understand which file has got what functionality. And also tech.md, you can very well see the like pom.xml or package.json to understand about the technical stack, but here still it will help you on high level instead of going into the files. Now let's see the agent hooks. So agent hooks is another interesting feature where you can do some action based on any event occurs in this IDE. For example, you are trying to create a file or delete a file and you want to do any kind of action based on that event. Not only that, there are much more things you can do. If you want to create a hook, just click on this plus icon and explain what you want to achieve. So in this case, what I have tried is I just said, like, whenever I'm sending a message to the agent, you please get the token usage for that message and try to create a token usage.json and always append to that particular JSON file. So when I gave the simple prompt like this, it went and created the hook. And if we scroll down and see the instructions for the Kiros agent, whatever the prompt we have given, they have explained it in detail that what the agent should do when this event occurs. So it gave some description, and this is the particular message which will be sent to the agent, so that agent will do that particular action based on that event. And here I don't see that it selected this event. It actually shows only few events here, but this event is very different. So how to see what is the type of event? For that, you can go to this particular explorer and click on hooks and open this particular hook which it has created. If we see, the hook is actually of type on message, which is not showing in that particular drop down, but we can see here. And whenever there is on message, then you ask. So we can actually do like ask agent, as well as like you can run some shell commands or like any command prompt commands. But in this case we are saying like ask agent. So agent is going to handle that particular action, what like creating a file and writing the token usage for that. So that's why the type is ask agent, and whatever the instruction which we have given, it has given all this instruction. We can see the sounds, all this instruction here. So in this way, when I gave the prompt to the user, it has created this token usage.json, and it clearly mentions that okay, what is this timestamp when this particular token usage is been created, what are the tokens consumed, what was the message length. So all those details are captured in this token usage.json, so which is created basically by the agent. So this is an interesting feature that agent is coming and doing something for you based on the events. If you don't want to call the agent, you can also run some PowerShell commands or any other commands. Now let's see the main feature of the Keros, specs. Specs is a feature where you can convert your idea to the reality. To do that, you just need to click on the plus icon and give a prompt which explains about your idea and click on enter. After that, Kiro's gonna call the AI and it generates different documents like requirements, design, and task. So we cannot do this in this video because of the time constraints. What I have noticed is going from idea to a actual application is gonna take long time in the Kiros. I've tried it multiple times. Requirement document and design document generates very quickly, but the task completion actually takes very long time. So to demonstrate this, I will show you the things which I have already tried. So here if you see, I created a spec. When I open a spec, we can see the prompt which I have tried. I've given a very simple prompt to create a website where user can rent a camera. He can browse through the cameras and just enter the dates for the days he need the camera, and he can pay the amount and then take the camera or pick up the camera. So I have explained that in a simple prompt. With this simple prompt, it went and created this good requirements document where it actually captured in very detail that it gives the introduction to explain about this particular website, and also it gives the glossary like camera rental system, camera card, rental transaction, pickup location, daily rate, everything. It actually captures everything, and also it captures the requirements very clearly from the like user story point, like as a photographer I want to browse the available cameras. So and there is acceptance criteria for every requirement. So likewise it actually captured a lot of requirements like requirement 1, requirement 2, all the way like requirement 7. So it is in very detail which it has captured. So once you review your requirements and finalize the requirements, you can enter into the design phase where AI will generate in detailed design document which talks about the overview, architecture, and what is a front end architecture, what state management. So it is more in detail about how your application will be developed, including the interfaces, data models, testing strategy. So it's gonna be more in detail, and this design document will be the input for the task to be created. So based on this, it creates a multiple task. So if we see here, it has created so many tasks which need to be like run to create the actual application. So like for example, it should set up the React project, then it should create a different components, then it should stitch these components to create the page. So all those stuff is actually created as a task, and you have a chance to run all this task, or you can just go click on each task like to run it here. So when you have so many tasks to run, you can ask agent to start running the task, and it will run the task sequentially. With my experience of using it for a couple of times, what I have noticed is it actually takes very long time to run this task. Unlike a cursor which can do like create a code quickly, this task actually takes time. Also sometimes it stops in between and it doesn't respond. So if we see the my conversation, after the requirements phase I went to the design phase, and then I accepted all the design phase, and then it went and created a task. And then when I said okay, go ahead and create the task, it actually started taking long time, and I have to like keep asking what happened. And then it kind of struck. So like why it gets struck, it's like a clueless, like I have to say like what happens, why it struck, then it actually tries to resume. And the another big problem what I have seen is when it starts the task, let's say it has started the second task, it doesn't update the status here. And then I have to tell it like what happened again, like I need to keep doing. And after doing so, like it just struck in between, and from here I could not proceed anywhere. And have tried the same thing again in a fresh workspace, and here as well it actually took very long time, and it could not complete the all the task, and I have to keep following up on the task. And the main problem I have seen is once the task is pushed to the queue, it waits long time into the queue. And when I go to the task list, what I have noticed is all the tasks which are under the queue always shows under the queue, but it actually gets completed sometimes it doesn't complete, but it shows that it is completed. So there is a lot of ambiguity here, and complexity here. I felt they would have done better handling in terms of task status. So on overall, Kiros took long time to run the task, and also the task status was not getting updated properly. And the main problem what I have seen is if I ask agent about the task status or ask about some details about the task, the main thread where this entire thing has started does again it doesn't have a context. So it should go back to the particular task.md or the like try to understand where it is and what happened with the task. When I gave the same prompt to the cursor has actually come up with the proper to-do list, and it was able to complete each item in a list and was also updating the status. In no time, it has created an entire website. Max of 4 minutes it has taken to create all the files, all the code which are required for this website. And the website which is created by the cursor is way far better than the website created by the Kiro, which we will see now. So these are the websites which are created by the Kiros and the cursor. So if we see the one which is created by the Kiros, it looks like a off-baked solution. It doesn't look like a professional website. It had tried to create something, but it doesn't look good. Even when you click on get camera here, even this particular page looks better but not too great. But when it comes to the cursor, it actually rocked the way it has created. It looks like a professional web page where it has all the links. There is a logo, there is like a filter where you can filter with mirrorless cameras and like different cameras. And when you click on the view details, you can see the details in a clear way. And when you click on the get camera, you can see the page how it looks like. It looks like very professional modern website, whereas what Kiros created doesn't look like any kind of professional web. I know the website is actually not designed by the Kiro, but the model under the hood. But the model which is chosen by the Kiro on auto mode is not so great compared to the model which is chosen by the cursor in the auto mode. We are at the end of our video. And to summarize, Kiro actually got a very nice features like spec driven development, hooks, and the stereo document generation. What actually they need to work on is speed and as well as the complexity around the task which they have introduced. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share.